Hi everyone, it's Cynthia, psychic astrologer and now podcast host. So, the way that I'm going to be doing this is um, I'm going to be kind of showing some highlights, notes, notations for each sign. So, follow along. I will be having timestamps on the descriptions below so you can just skip along to your particular sign. If you also happen to know your rising sign, make sure to check out that horoscope too. Also, if you happen to know the sign of the first house that's also in your birth chart or natal chart, you want to check that sign out too. So, take for example, if your rising sign is Leo, but in the same first house, you have Virgo, besides your own sun sign or rising, besides your own sun sign, your zodiac sign, make sure you will check also Leo and Virgo. So there's three signs to check out. All right, let's begin. So the first one we will begin with will be Aries. Now, Aries individuals are known for their bold leadership and adventurous spirit. They thrive on challenges, displaying confidence and enthusiasm, and are natural pioneers. However, their impulsive nature and strong will can sometimes lead to hasty or complex, hasty decisions or conflicts. So that is true when it comes to you are the first sign of the zodiac. And so the leadership role is very important because you are the first. So everyone follows you after. The problem is that for Aries, it I always put it out there, you could start something but not finish it. There might be a little procrastination that could be a little bit on the negative side, but it also is about maybe what you're most passionate about, that you want to just be aware that if your heart's not in it, you're just going to dump it in 2 seconds. So I it's understandable to have that spirit, that motivation, that enthusiasm. But if your heart's not in it, like I said, you're just going to forget about it and dump it in 2 seconds. So just be aware of that. If you have Venus and Aries, I've noticed there's almost this like want to be caught up in the excitement and the fun of love. If you have Venus and Aries in your chart, you'll be the type that will be into falling in love at first sight, maybe even getting into a relationship and then getting married within the first year of being in a relationship. All these things that they're fun and exciting, the rush of it all, but as easily as you can rush into something, as easily as you can be turned off by it. So there's a lot of good energy, great spirit with the Aries energy, but also know there are some negatives that you got to be aware of. All right, so we're going to begin with the January horoscope for you, Aries. And so let's begin. I got some notations, follow along. I also have additional notes. So it's not just about what I put out there. All right. So, Aries, the big events will begin on January 3rd, 2026, when the full moon in your fourth house of home um, does highlight 2 weeks where maybe you relocate, renovate, or make changes in the home. Now, you have the moon opposing Venus and Mars in your career house. Now, could this be an indication, something relating with work, career? Could you be maybe moving for a job? That could be a possibility. Now, the moon does connect very well with Saturn, so this could bring about a time of get down to business, get down to work. It's time to be focused, dedicated, taking care of any task or projects. Now, the fourth house of home could bring a time to relocate, renovate, make changes in the home. Maybe you are doing changes within the home, repairs, renovations, uh, cleaning out the closets, cleaning out the garage, just making some changes within the home. There could be the possibility maybe having to take care of some issues with neighbors, but having a Venus and Mars connection, I kind of feel it would be more internal. So it's going to be something relating in the home and your own personal self, that how this full moon will affect you. So I feel like this would be something connected to you. Now, could it be in connection to others in your life, relating to the home? Maybe someone moves in or someone moves out of the home. And so that could be another personal connection where it affects you, especially if it's like a family member, someone you're close to, that can easily create that emotional effect for you. So that's something to be aware of for the full moon. Now, career dates that I have here for you will be January 6th, January 14th, 15th, and 19th. Now, on these days, um, financially, you are very centered, focused, disciplined. If you went crazy with the holidays, maybe this is a time where you're budgeting and saving. So, January might be the month where you're really cutting back. Career dates could also be that if you are looking for a job, keep an eye on these dates. It could be quite a significant time for you where you may be looking for a new job, and maybe you find a new job or receive a job offer, or it's the start of a job date for you. So those are dates that I have at this time. There could be more, but those are the big dates that stood out for me that I noticed for you. Now, the new moon on January 18th falls in your career house. The moon, this new moon, connects very, very well with Mars, Mercury, Saturn, Uranus, that happens to be in your second house, and Neptune. So, if you are in a place where you're looking for a new job, a promotion, advancement, keep an eye on this new moon, because it brings 2 weeks that could bring about easily opportunities for you to make more money, receive a raise, a promotion, advancement. Now, what I also like with this new moon, let's say if you are in a place of looking for, not just looking for a job, but maybe starting a side venture, side business, keep an eye with this new moon. That could be quite a significant time of opportunities for you. That could easily bring about a time to make more money, start a business. Look at this energy with Mars, Mercury. I forgot to put in Venus in there, Saturn, Uranus. Uranus in the second house is great because having that boost of energy from Uranus could bring unexpected opportunities, unexpected events, uh, a new source of income that just presents itself to you out of nowhere. So, Neptune can be a very pleasant and positive, surprising energy of a planet there. And Neptune, so that's a quite a big time for you. I did want to point out very quickly some dates to keep an eye out for communication and travel. I know January 21st stands out, but keep an eye January 9th, 10th, and the 21st. Those are big days for travel, communication, connecting with family and friends. So that's a big one. All right, that's it. There's a lot more going on now. Keep an eye on my weekly planetary events that I put on my podcast, the Psychic One podcast. Also on my Facebook page, the Psychic One. Where I do post more daily updates, and also my website, thepsychicone.com. But right now, these are the big events that I feel are going on for you to keep an eye out for. Let me see if there's any social dates. Oh, another couple financial dates. Okay, I did put the 15th. The 19th is a big one. And then also for your love life and social life, January 29th and January 7th. January 29th and January 7th. Keep an eye on those dates for love and relationships and social dates. All right, that's it for now. Keep an eye, stay tuned. And like I said, check on my Facebook page or my website for more updates. All right, that's it for now for Aries. Hey Taurus, so this is going to be your January 2026 horoscope. I'm going to go over through some notes I have some dates for events for what you can expect for January. So just follow along. And then if you want to write down any kind of notations and dates to look forward to, uh, have fun and go ahead and do that. All right, Taurus. Taurus individuals are known for their dependable and grounded nature. With a strong appreciation for beauty and comfort, they exhibit remarkable patience, loyalty, and a persistent approach to life's challenges, making them reliable friends and partners in any endeavor. I do like the energy of Taurus, especially with I would, whenever I think of a Taurus sign, I always think a hard working sign, very dedicated to their work, uh, will take on any task or project and just really focus on getting the work done. If they are passionate about something, they will put 150% into it, not just 100%. So I do like that any kind of connection to Taurus, if you have Venus in Taurus, Moon in Taurus, a Taurus rising sign, that is such great energy to have because it really is positive when it comes to work, just that work energy is just there. Now, the one negative that I've seen is this sense about food. Yes, this is the sign that rules like restaurants, a chef, cooking. So I don't know if it's because of stuff like that, but Taurus, for some reason, are very meticulous about food, whether the type of food, how the food is done, what kind of food, maybe picky on the foods they want to eat. So if you have that sign, Venus, the moon, Taurus, see if you find yourself being picky with food. That's one thing I kind of did notice about Tauruses is something with food. All right. So next, we're going to be talking about dates to look forward to January 2026, and just kind of keep an eye, see what comes up. All right. So the full moon on January 3rd will fall in your third house of short trips, communication, siblings, and neighbors. So the moon does oppose Venus and Mars, but connects very well with Saturn in your 11th house. So I feel that the third house is great for communication, traveling. If you're looking to take a quick short trip, great time to do so in the next 2 weeks. You'll see an increase of emails, text messages, and phone calls. The only thing that I would say, because there's an opposition with Venus and Mars, there could be conflicts or confrontation through communication with others. It doesn't have to be a personal relationship. This could actually be a friend, client, coworker, family member. And I mean, it could create disagreements and arguments. Now, the only thing that I would say is maybe it's something to just kind of be aware of that if, because it's a full moon does heighten emotions. And it could easily make you more sensitive than what you have in the past. Maybe it's a moment, maybe something that is brought up, whatever the case may be, just be aware that um, there could be taking things a little bit more personal than what it should be. So just be aware of any kind of conflicts, confrontations, stuff like that. But the moon does connect very well with Saturn from your 11th house of friendships. It's a great time to build new connections and friendships, maybe through travels or a community or a group. So the full moon does have very positive benefits from it, where you could build a greater community and connections with friends, groups, and organizations. So it's a really, really good time. This is also a great time if you're looking to study, get involved in classes, go back to school. If you need it, maybe even for your career, this is actually a good time to do so. Now, love and social or relationship dates that are very, very positive are January 6th, the 14th, January 17th, 21st, and the 29th. What I like about those days is they're very disciplined dates for communication. If there's any issues that need to be worked out, this is a great time to work out any differences. If there's any issues, if this full moon over here created any kind of conflicts, these dates here could help resolve the conflicts. So use this as an opportunity to work out any issues, any problems, especially if it relates to finances or money related issues. These dates are very, very positive to resolve those issues. Now, the new moon on January 18th falls in your ninth house of long distance trips, foreign people and places. The next 2 weeks can bring a time for you to travel long distance. Maybe it's others that live far come to visit you. This is also a time to enter college or university, take on classes and courses that could help further your career. Um, this new moon connects very, very well with Mars, Mercury, Venus, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Uranus is in your own sign. That's awesome. Neptune is it's in the 11th house, but it's also going to be going into the 12th house here. So it kind of is a little bit in the middle. But Venus and Mars and Mercury are all in Capricorn, currently in your ninth house. So all this great energy for the ninth house just can bring so much opportunity there. Now, the only thing that I did want to bring up is that the ninth house also rules legal or court related issues. But being that it's a new moon, maybe it works out to your behalf. You never know. It could probably actually be a very beneficial time for you the next couple weeks. And if you have anything that's related to the courts, it could work out for you. It doesn't, I'm not saying that it will, but having a new moon and with all this great energy going on around with all these planets, it could be a very positive time. And maybe the results that you would like to get come and work out for you. Now, I did want to put out there for you a couple of communication dates to keep an eye out for. So I told you about the 6th. I do like the 7th. I didn't mention the 7th for you. Financial dates to kind of keep an eye out for. I did want to call out January 9th and January 10th. These dates can actually kind of work a little bit against you when it comes to money, as you may find yourself indulging or spending more than what you would like. Maybe there's some expenses, some bills that need to get taken care of. Maybe you're paying off a bill or something. So those 2 days may kind of not be the greatest. But I do like January 15th, January 19th, really good days where it's very energetic, exciting days. And this actually kind of has greater connection to you because this involves the planet Uranus in your own personal sign. And this could be a really good time for you. Benefits, opportunities, getting more attention than the usual. Maybe it's a new job. Maybe there's someone you meet for a relationship. So you definitely want to keep an eye on those 2 days. Exciting times to come. All right, that's it for now. Stay tuned. More horoscopes. Go to my Facebook page at The Psychic One to get more updates, more daily updates, weekly updates. You can go to my podcast for weekly planetary events on the Psychic One podcast. And just keep an eye. There's a lot more to discuss, a lot more going on. Stay tuned for a lot more updates to come in the near future. All right, that's it for now. Hey, Gemini. So I'm going to give a little preview what characteristics are for you. Then we're going to be going into dates for January and what you could look forward to. Now, Geminis are known for adaptability and curiosity, often exhibiting a dual nature that makes them versatile and engaging. They thrive in social settings, showcasing exceptional communication skills while being intellectually agile, though they may sometimes appear restless or inconsistent. That's very true, especially when it comes to Um, there could be sometimes where things kind of work for you and things work against you, especially when it comes to you're willing to make adjustments, but then sometimes where you're trying to make the adjustments, sometimes things kind of get a little bit carried away. Then you just start becoming more frustrated and agitated. So it's just about trying to be able to handle things one at a time, even though for Geminis, it's almost like trying to handle everything at once. And sometimes that could get a little bit messy. But great with communication. If you have a Venus or Mars or the moon in Gemini, you're definitely going to be big on communication, texting a lot, calling a lot, traveling a lot. You'll be big on taking short trips. I've also noticed Geminis or anybody that has Gemini in their sign, like I said, a Venus, a moon, or a people who have Mercury in Gemini, moon in Gemini, might even have jobs that are relating with travel or like short trips around town. Maybe somebody who does a lot of driving, deliveries, stuff like that. All right, let's begin with January and what you can expect. So, the full moon on January 3rd falls in your second house of earned income. Um, Venus and Mars oppose this full moon, but connects very well with Saturn in your career house. So the next 2 weeks could bring a time of opportunities to make more money. Maybe you receive a raise or an opportunity that could bring you more money. If you're looking for a job, this could be a great time for a job offer in the next 2 weeks. Having Saturn in your career house, great. Both are success houses. Your success houses are your second, your sixth, and your 10th house. So this is great news. Now, an opposition with Venus and Mars could create situations where maybe there are challenges in how to take on this job or this job role, or if it's whether it's leadership or a new job. Maybe you have to make changes in the job. Maybe you have to move, or you need to make adjustments to um, adapt to this new job. So if it does require relocating or making some changes relating to the home, this could be something that you'll have to do in the next 2 weeks or so. But it is a great time if you're looking for more money, a new job, or a better opportunity for a better job. I think this full moon is going to be great for you. Positive financial days are January 10th, January 9th, and January 10th are great, but they could bring about a time of indulgence. January 14th and January 6th, January 14th and January 17th are also very positive, but could make you more budget. So these dates are great when it comes down to being more disciplined, but you want to be careful on January 9th and January 10th, as you may spend more, eat more, indulge more than what you want. Positive love and relationship dates will be January 7th, the 15th, the 21st, and the 29th. I also feel that it does increase communication. If there are any issues that need to be worked out with someone, I think this is going to be a really great time to work out any differences, any issues, any problems. It's a great time to work through these issues and to resolve them. Now, the new moon on January 18th falls in your eighth house. Positive new moon. I really feel with all this great energy from Mars, Mercury, Venus, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, this could be endless opportunities. Maybe you gain financially through other sources of income like bonuses, commissions, sales. Maybe you gain through taxes, like a tax refund, tax benefits, a loan, maybe gifts, rewards, other kinds of benefits. So I really do like the energy of this new moon. That could be very beneficial for you. It is a time where, I mean, if you are looking for additional sources of income or bringing in more money or finding new sources of income, this new moon could be very, very good for you. And this could be a very positive and beneficial time. So it opens up great opportunities for you. Maybe it's more money, more benefits. So keep an eye on what comes about there with this new moon. The energy is looking great. I think it could open up many doors for you. If you're looking to build financial stability and security, this is this new moon could be very good. And the next 2 weeks after January 18th. There's a lot going on with that. Let me see if there's anything else. Career dates that I think are great. The 17th is great for career. Um, I said the 9th is a positive financial day. So the 17th is great for career. And maybe keep an eye also the 19th for career. That could be really good for you. All right, that's it for now. Check out my Facebook page at The Psychic One, my website, thepsychicone.com. Also, my weekly horoscope that I have on my podcast, The Psychic One Podcast. And check for more updates, especially on my Facebook page. That's it for now. Stay tuned, much more to come. Hey, Cancer. So, this is going to be your monthly horoscope for January 2026. I'll be going through some dates for you to monitor and keep an eye out for. But just a brief description what to expect as a Cancer individual. Cancers are known for their deep intuition and emotional sensitivity. They are nurturing and protective, often exhibiting a strong attachment to home and family. Although they can be moody, their loyalty and dedication to loved ones shine brightly. Yes, the home, family, planting roots are a big one. You may actually find yourself spending more time at home, being more at home, or even family can be a big one for you. Now, one thing that I noticed doing astrology is I noticed people who have Mars in Cancer, their Cancer sign in the planet Mars. Um, the military or any kind of military background seems to be strong for them. So if you know anybody, you yourself or any family, check to see if they have Mars and Cancer and if they have any kind of military attachment, maybe got involved in the military, or they are thinking about getting into the military or have a background of that. All right, now let's begin with what to expect for January 2026 for you. All right. So the full moon on January 3rd falls in your first house, and the moon does oppose Venus and Mars in your seventh house, but connects very well with Saturn in your ninth house. So having the full moon in your own sign and house is great. It's 2 weeks where you will receive plenty of praise and recognition. You'll be the center of attention. There'll be a lot of people coming to you, maybe bugging you, wanting to talk to you. This is a great time to put yourself out there, whether financially, for a job, maybe to make a presentation. So this is about you and you being the center of attention for 2 weeks. Now, having an opposition with Venus and Mars in your seventh house, the partnership house, this could be someone personal or professional. There could be some disagreements, maybe friction with a partner or a coworker, a client, a customer. But having Saturn supporting this full moon can actually help ease things out. So any disagreements, looking at things differently, with Saturn helps to tone things down to find resolution. But overall, this is all about you and what you want to accomplish for the next 2 weeks. Some fun social dates to look forward to are January 6th, January 7th, the 15th, and the 22nd. I think there are great days just to get out, be social, connect with family and friends, maybe even go out on a date, meet new people, network. If you are in sales, this is actually a great time to connect with others, to whether it's selling a product, selling a home. This is just a good time to present yourself well. Now, the new moon on January 18th falls in your partnership house. So the moon connects very well with Mars, Mercury, Venus, Uranus, Neptune. I forgot to put down Neptune. So there's a great connection during this new moon. that I feel is looking really, really good. So the seventh house, like I said, rules partnerships, relationships, marriage. A partner could be someone personal, professional. It could be clients, customers, coworkers. Collaborating and working with others will work out very, very well for you, especially with all this planetary energy that looks pretty good. So the energy is great. I think you can accomplish so much for 2 weeks. So anything where you have to have collaboration and connecting and working with others will go a long way. Let me bring up a couple more dates for you. I said the 6th, the 7th. Um, the 9th and the 10th are probably maybe 2 days that could create a situation where financially maybe not the best, but it will be a great time if you want to get out and be social. All right, that's it for you guys. Throughout the month of January, we'll be productive, a little busy, but a lot going on more on a personal level. Keep an eye on my Facebook page, The Psychic One, where I will give more regular updates, or you can go to my webpage, thepsychicone.com. But start keeping an eye, whether through videos on YouTube or my Facebook page, and also my podcast, The Psychic One Podcast, where I will post weekly updates, planetary updates. All right, that's it for now. Stay tuned for more. So, this is going to be your January 2026 horoscope, monthly horoscope. I'm just going to give a little background for Leo, and then we'll get into dates and events to keep an eye out for the month of January. Now, Leos are known for their charismatic and generous nature. With a natural flair for leadership, they inspire those around them. Their warmth and loyalty create deep bonds, while their desire for recognition fuels an adventurous spirit that embraces challenges with confidence. It's always like Leos are always what we call the leadership kind of sign. They're the leaders, they're the managers. They want to be the supervisors, the managers, the CEOs. There's that strength there. So if you are a Leo, it's never really going to you're not going to be satisfied being someone that is just following everybody else. You're going to find yourself wanting to do your own thing, but in a good way, because you are a hard working sign. So you're very dedicated in your work and you get a lot done. All right, let's begin with the dates. Okay, so the full moon on January 3rd falls in your 12th house of secrets and solitude. Now moon and Mars does oppose the 6th house, but it actually connects very well with Saturn. So the 12th house is the house where it's time to discard or get rid of what you don't need in your life. This could be bad habits, unhealthy habits, bad people from your life. If you need to take care of any issues with health or well being, as it is with the 6th house, Venus and Mars could easily make you take care of those issues, whether it's like a surgery or just going to the doctor to get an exam to take care of any health related issues. Um, this is actually also a time where if you're looking to start a new health regimen, maybe taking some supplements, vitamins, maybe it's a time to do that. So it just could be a time for you to focus on if it's something that's not working, time to move on from it. Great positive financial days for you are January 6th, 7th, 10th, 17th, and 21st. Now, I did want to point out very quickly that January 6th and 7th, even though they're positive financial days, they can make you indulge a little bit or spend more than maybe what you want. But they're positive financial days that money can easily be coming in. So those are the only 2 dates maybe that I would say just to kind of be aware of. Now, the new moon on January 18th falls in your 6th house of work, service, and health. Now, the moon, a new moon the effects last 2 weeks, connects very well with Mars, Mercury, Venus, Uranus in your career house, and also Neptune. So Uranus is in your career house. Neptune is in your 8th house, joint resources, taxes, credit and loans, bonuses and commissions. So all this are in your success houses. Now, minus the second house because the success houses is your second, your sixth, and your 10th house. So I like the energy of having all this going on with the sixth and the 10th house. That could bring maybe more work opportunities, more money because of the eighth house. Um, if you're looking for more work projects, the next 2 weeks could be a really, really good time for you. Uranus in the 10th house could bring about a new way of making money or a new type of job or a new job, a new career, and a promotion or advancement. So keep an eye on the next 2 weeks with this new moon. I think it could work out very well for you when it comes down to finances and money and building more financial security and stability for the long term. So I really like this new moon for you. It's great, 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 great time. Positive social days for you is January. I like the 6th, the 7th, the 14th, the 15th, and the 19th. So those days, they're positive with career because the 15th and the 19th affect you career wise with your career job. Um, but they also relate to social days too. So if maybe you're looking for networking kind of environment work, that this could actually be beneficial for you in that way. So again, keep an eye the 6th, the 7th, the 14th, but especially the 15th and the 19th. The 15th and the 19th, significant career dates that are also social dates for you, and see what goes on during that time. There's a lot happening for you as we're getting into the year. Um, Financially, things are going to be looking up. Jupiter will be going into your sign later on in the year of 2026, after June 2026. A lot more to discuss. So keep an eye on my YouTube page for more horoscopes. You can go to my podcast, thepsychic1.com podcast, the Psychic One podcast, for weekly updates with planetary updates. Go to my Facebook page, The Psychic One, for regular updates and just to kind of keep an eye on what's going on there. But stay tuned for more. So, a lot more happening. Stay tuned. More coming up here soon. All right, Virgos, I'm just going to give a little brief description as for Virgo's personalities. And then we're going to get into January 2026, your monthly horoscope and events and what you can expect to look forward to. Virgos are known for their analytical minds and practical approach to life. They possess a strong sense of duty, reliability, and perfectionism, often striving for high standards in everything they do, making them valuable team players and friends. Um, One of the things that I really like with Virgos, I always joke around and say Virgos can make a $20 bill stretch out for a week. Great with budgeting, saving, looking over the finances. Very analytical, yes. Can budget, yes. Um, Maybe the flaw is that when you're striving for perfectionism, that everything has to be perfect. And when things don't go perfectly, it's almost like trying to control a situation to try to make it perfect. And as for Virgos, I would say, or a piece of advice, I would say maybe if learning, not everything's going to be perfect. Things are going to be messy. The kids are not going to be perfect. The spouse is not going to be perfect. It might help you to kind of let go of striving to have everything be perfect. So that might be maybe one lesson to try and work at so that things aren't like you're always trying to push for something that you may never accomplish. I mean, you're great for getting focused and attention to detail. I usually notice that Virgos are great with like dressing, crafting, anything connected with clothing. So you have gifts, but just kind of know that sometimes perfectionism, trying to trying to push to be perfect, may not always succeed. And once you kind of get into that realization of, all right, not everything's going to be perfect, you won't stress so much, you won't feel so anxious, and you can move forward. All right, so the full moon on January 3rd falls in your 11th house of friendships, groups, and organizations. The moon does oppose Venus and Mars in your fifth house, but does have a great connection with Saturn in your seventh house. So the next 2 weeks is a very positive social time for you. Great time to spend time with family and friends, attend events. If you're putting an event yourself, maybe it's a birthday event, a party, maybe attending events, it's actually a really, really good time. This is also a great time to just network, build connections, connect with people. And this could actually be a very good time to just reach out and be with others. So if you're looking to maybe just build connections, network, the full moon, I think, is going to be really great. Now, partnerships and relationships are highlighted for you on January 1st, the 6th, the 7th, the 14th, the 17th, the 21st, and the 22nd. So, if there are any issues, maybe anything that you need to work at, connect with others, maybe if there are any issues to work with, it's a great time to compromise. It's a great time to collaborate. And if you do feel that certain things maybe do need some attention, maybe attention to detail, attention to work through, this would be a great time to do so. So the communication would be great. You'll get others willing to listen, wanting to pay attention, wanting to put that time and that effort to work things out. Now, the new moon on January 18th falls in your fifth house of love and creative projects. The moon connects very well with this new moon, with Mars, also with Mars, Mercury, Venus, Uranus, and Neptune. So the next 2 weeks, if you're looking for love, the next 2 weeks could bring somebody new. It's also a time where you could spend time with children, maybe in a sport or hobby. If you're looking for creativity, maybe to do a creative project, this is actually a good time to do that. But the next 2 weeks is also a great positive social time, a great time to listen to music, enjoy movies, go to concerts, uh, just enjoy watching movies, listening to music. It's a good time to just kind of also meet people, be more social, get out. I really think this is also just a good time to just maybe explore a new place. So the energy is a very positive social kind of energy. It's a good time to build new connections, get out and just meet new people. It's a really good time just to explore new horizons and maybe even explore the neighborhood. But it's a great time to just be social and outgoing. Um, at least for everything that I keep seeing here for you, I think it's a really, really good time of just being out there, building new connections, and maybe it's also finding new love, uh, taking time with children. Maybe you hear news of a baby on the way, and this is just a good time to, meet new people and maybe even just get involved in social events. So there's a lot going on for you. This is a good time to just get out and explore and just, be open to, what's out there. Hey Libra, so I'm just going to go over some details about Libra. Then we will begin with your January horoscope and what to expect. Now, Libras are known for their diplomatic and fair minded nature. They thrive on harmony and balance, seeking partnerships and appreciating beauty in every form. With a tendency to be sociable and charming, they often navigate relationships with grace and ease. This is the sign that likes to balance, see a balance of everything. They're big on the sign that rules like the lawyer or legal environments and careers. Now, the only negative that I've seen with Libras, if you are not aware of this, if you are a Libra, is that sometimes it could create the fear of being alone or wanting to be alone. So there could be sometimes this sense of wanting to have always someone around, like in relationships. So just be aware if that is you. But very social sign. And I've noticed many times with Libras, very good at connecting and just connecting well with new people, even or people they just have recently met. Now, the full moon on January 3rd falls in your career house. It does oppose Venus and Mars, but does connect very well with Saturn. So the next 2 weeks could bring about a career opportunity. Maybe it's a promotion or advancement, or maybe if you're looking maybe to start a new business or side income, this could be a great time. The only thing that I would say is that if you are starting anything here, just have a lot of patience because this is an indication that you're going to have to invest time and effort to see results. Now, what I do like is, like I said, if you are pursuing a promotion or advancement, this could easily bring about an opportunity for that. Positive financial days for you are January 14th, 15th, and 19th. Keep an eye on those dates. It's a great time to pursue, if you're looking maybe for a whole new job with the full moon, that could easily bring about an opportunity there for you. Now, the new moon on January 18th falls in your fourth house of home. It connects very well with Mars, Venus, Mercury, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. So, one of the things that I did notice with this new moon is with such great energy coming for the next 2 weeks, that it could bring about a time to relocate, renovate, or make changes in the home. It could also bring about a time to uh, maybe purchase a home, or also if you are moving into a home or moving out, you could easily make a profit from the home. But the energy is also great if it is related to a new job or a job change, that maybe you have to relocate for the job itself. But the energy of the 2 weeks is looking great, that I think you would really enjoy and love. Now, love and relationship dates, even social dates that I did not put in my notes, will be January 6th, January 7th, January 10th, and I do like January 15th, which I did mention, and January 19th, and also January 21st. So those are great days of socializing, connecting, communicating, building new connections. If you are out there to want to get out and meet new people, it's a great time to do so. So January is more about the home and career for you, and any changes you're looking to do for that, it's a great time to do so. You might have to make some adjustments in order to kind of um, get ready for, like I said, any big changes coming about here soon. But it is a really, really good time for you to kind of start coming together and starting to take on those plans and changes for yourself. All right, that's it. Just kind of be aware that as we get into the new year, if you haven't checked out the yearly horoscopes on my podcast, the Psychic One podcast, you could find out what to expect throughout the year 2026 for your sign. I will be posting more videos throughout the year, so make sure you are subscribed and notified on my YouTube channel. But you can also find me on my Facebook page, The Psychic One, for more current updates of when I'm posting something, whether on my podcast or on YouTube. All right, stay tuned. A lot more to come, so stay tuned. Hey, y'all, Scorpios. This is going to be your January 2026 horoscope. I'm just going to give a little briefing on your particular sign and characteristics. And then we will begin with what to expect for January. Now, Scorpios are known for their intense passion and depth of emotion. They possess an unyielding will, are resourceful, and often mysterious. Their loyalty is fierce, but they can also exhibit jealousy. Water symbolism highlights their emotion complexity and intuition. Yes, very intuitive sign. It's the sign that, besides Pisces being the intuitive sign, I notice Scorpios are the other intuitive sign that when I think like psychics or psychic abilities, I look into Scorpio besides Pisces, and very likes the darkness. So that's why one thing I have noticed is if you're a Scorpio, try to think when you get your greatest premonitions, because I've noticed for Scorpios, premonitions tend to come more in dreams, in a dream state, than, let's say, just picking up through a tarot or through clairvoyance. So that's one thing I've noticed. Any premonitions seem to come stronger in dreams. Um, the jealousy part can have some truth. So maybe just recognizing not to kind of let that get to you if that does happen to you. But like I said, a very intuitive sign. All right, let's begin. Now, the full moon on January 3rd falls in your ninth house of long distance trips, foreign people, and places. Um, the moon opposes Venus, US, Mars, but does connect very well with Saturn. So, the ninth house, this could bring about a time to travel long distance. Maybe others come to visit you, or you travel yourself, take a long distance trip. There's also a great time to enter college or university or take classes and courses to further your career. Now, there could be the possibility of dealing with any kind of legal or court related issues. um, I mean, I don't know how it would relate to you or how it would affect you in the next 2 weeks. Being a full moon, full moons do create high emotions. So, not to say that this may not work for you or against you. So, it could be court related issues. Great time to study and learn a new topic of interest, language, or culture. But like I said, if anything, traveling might be highlighted. So, love and relationship dates are strong on January 6th, 7th, and 19th. The home is highlighted on January 23rd and January 27th. If you're looking to relocate, make some changes in the home, or travel, these are probably two dates you want to keep an eye out for. Love and relationship dates, if you want to go out on a date to visit someone special, maybe go out on a date or spend time with someone, the 6th, the 7th, and the 19th are highlighted. Now, the new moon on January 18th falls in your third house of short trips, communication, siblings, and neighbors. Now, the moon connects very well with Mars, Mercury, Venus, Saturn, Uranus, that's in your partnership house, and Neptune, that's in your fifth house. So, a new moon in your third house, you'll find an increase of emails, text messages, and phone calls. Maybe taking a short trip, maybe traveling near or far. It's a great time for studies, anything relating with schools, studying, uh, taking on any kind of new classes or courses. So maybe this is a time for you to study and learn. Like I said, communication does increase with emails and text messages. If you're looking to purchase maybe a vehicle, the next 2 weeks after the new moon on January 18th is a great time to do so. So it's a very interesting and good time for you overall when it comes down to the home and traveling, but also education, studying is also great for you. So there's a lot going on throughout the month. Keep an eye out for that. I really do like this new moon for you. It's not just about communication. There could be a lot more going on that just signaling the beginning of other things to come throughout the year. All right, that's it for now. Keep an eye on my YouTube page for more videos, my Facebook page for more daily updates and regular updates at The Psychic One. I do have a podcast, The Psychic One podcast, where I do create weekly podcasts as often as I can. And just kind of keep an eye also um, throughout either YouTube, my Facebook page for more videos and more podcasts. That's it to come. Stay tuned. More to come. Hey, Sagittarius. This is going to be your January 2026 horoscope. I'm just going to go through some brief description about Sagittarius. Then we're going to go directly to the events and dates, what to expect. Now, for Sagittarius, individuals born under the sign of Sagittarius are known for their optimistic and adventurous spirit. They are both truth seekers who embrace life with enthusiasm, often pursuing new experiences and opportunities for growth while maintaining a love for freedom and exploration. That's very true. Whenever I think about the sign of Sagittarius ruled by the planet Jupiter, I always think optimism, adventurous, uh, truth seekers, and also freedom and explorative sign. It's to love the outdoors. But to me, I mean, I look at it as, when it really comes down to being open to adventuring out. I always say adventuring out could be mentally or physically. So, mentally could be studying and learning a new topic of interest, or physically travel, discovering new ventures, adventures, things like that. That I always, when I think about Sagittarius, it's about expanding your horizons, maybe learning something new. All right, let's begin for January. So, the full moon on January 3rd falls in your eighth house. The moon opposes Venus and Mars, but does connect very well with Saturn. So, having a full moon in your eighth house, this could bring about a time where you may be finding yourself taking care of financial obligations connected to others. This could be taxes, credit, loans, gifts, taking care of any financial obligations. If you are going through a divorce or separation, maybe it's the dividing of assets, resources, things like that. Now, this is actually a good time because Saturn supports this full moon, that it could be the possibility of taking care of financial obligations, paying off some bills. And this could be very, very positive, especially if you're looking to budget, to save. Maybe even a good time to start a retirement program or a savings account, retirement account. This is a good time to do that. Being a full moon, this could really make you start focusing on getting that moving forward. Positive financial days for you are January 6th, the 7th, and the 14th. The only thing that I would say about the 6th, actually, no, that's a really good day. It's actually the 10th that I actually have concern, which good thing I didn't put them here. The 10th might make you indulge in spending, even to the point where you may have regrets later on. So just pointing that out. January 19th is a positive relationship and social day. So maybe this is the time where you just connect with family, friends. Maybe if you're looking to go out on a date, good time to do that. Now, the new moon on January 18th falls in your second house of earned income. The moon connects very well with Venus, Mars, Uranus, Neptune. I even would say Saturn. Let me see how many signs. Yeah, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Venus, Mars, Mercury, all these signs in the second house or supports the second house. Again, it's the sign, if you're looking for a new job, the next 2 weeks after the new moon could bring about positive financial days for you, opportunities for you, maybe additional or new sources of income that you want to maybe keep an eye out for. If you are looking for a new job or new opportunities that could bring about a new job, this could actually be a really, really good time for you. And this could actually be a great time to build greater financial opportunities or connections, or if you need additional sources of income. I really like that the new moon, January 18th, brings so many positive opportunities there for you. So, this is actually going to be a good time to focus on finances, financial opportunities. Yes, the full moon might make you focus on financial obligations, but this new moon could bring a lot for you, especially if you're looking to build greater resources and financial connections there. All right, that's it for now. There's a lot that's going to be happening throughout the year. Keep an eye on my YouTube channel, more videos to come. Keep an eye also or check out my Facebook page at The Psychic One, where I do post more regular updates, things to expect with videos and my podcast. My podcast, The Psychic One Podcast, you can find it on Spotify, Amazon, iHeart. So, in that I post weekly planetary events. So, there's a lot going on. Just keep an eye or stay tuned. A lot more to come. So, stay tuned. Hey Capricorn, this is going to be your January 2026 horoscope. Just a brief description here about Capricorn, then we're going to get started with the dates and what to expect for January. Capricorns are known for their disciplined and ambitious nature. They possess a practical approach to life, demonstrating strong control and perseverance. Often seen as reliable and responsible, they aim for success while maintaining a grounded perspective in their pursuits. I always say that we can all use a little bit of Capricorn in ourselves. It's a very disciplined sign. It's it is ruled by the planet Saturn, and Saturn does make you stay focused, determined, staying straight to get things done. It is ruled by the planet, and it's the sign that if you want to accomplish long term goals, it's a hardworking sign along with Tauruses. So I always say we can all use a little Capricorn in ourselves to get things done. All right, let's begin what to expect for January. Now, the full moon on January 3rd falls in your partnership house, the seventh house. It does oppose Venus and Mars, but connects very well with Saturn, your ruling planet. So the next 2 weeks, so a partner could be someone personal or professional. It could be someone you are collaborating with or working with to further your career. This could be a business partner, a client, a customer. Now, having the moon oppose Venus and Mars, I mean, it could create some issues with a partner, disagreements, arguments. But having Saturn, your ruling planet, helps to kind of bring things together. So any kind of disagreements, arguments, issues can help to resolve the issues. Um, I feel the next 2 weeks is a great time to just kind of try to work together. And obviously, there will be possibly some friction, but having Saturn there can help work things out and make things easier. Now, personal days to look forward to are January 5th, 6th, 9th, 14th, 21st, and 29th. So throughout the month, it's all about you, your personal wants and needs. If there are any issues or problems, these could be some really, really good times to work through them. Now, the new moon on January 18th falls in your own sign and house. The moon connects very well with Venus, Mars, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. I didn't put Neptune. So the next 2 weeks is all about you and your personal wants and needs. What's going to make you happy? What do you want to accomplish next? Whether it's career, finances, work, the home. This is actually a good, not just a good new moon, a great new moon to really move forward and working hard, pushing for all your accomplishments, whatever you need to do to start moving forward. If you want to go back to school, take some classes and courses to further your career. This could be a really, really good time to get things going. It's a very active and productive month for you. The full moon maybe might create a little tension, but throughout the month has many, many positive days, a positive new moon. So use the opportunity and the energy that's there to start getting things moving forward. All right, that's it for January and for your sign. Stay tuned, more videos to come, and also check out my Facebook page at The Psychic One for many more updates. All right, stay tuned. Hey Aquarius, this is going to be your January 2026 horoscope. Just going to go over talking a little bit about the sign of Aquarius. Then we will begin with what to expect and dates to look forward to for January. Now, Aquarians are known for their innovation thinking and humanitarian nature. They're often ahead of their time, showcasing originality and independence. While they value community, they may appear detached. Their visionary ideas inspire change and promote social progress. I like the sign of Aquarius when it comes to not only social energy, you know, but I describe Aquarians as the friend of all friends. You can easily create friendships, make everybody a friend, easily make time for friends. It just seems to be that balance of connecting with everyone. And it's the sign that likes to be in social groups. Maybe not necessarily like Libras. Libras are also very social signs, but for you, it's more about community. And so maybe the social groups is how you can be involved within your community and how you can help out in groups and organizations and helping within that group. So, everyone can have a little Aquarius in them and can really help in balancing out, being there for others, and at the same time wanting a little space. All right, let's begin what you can expect for January. Now, the full moon on January 3rd falls in your sixth house of work, service, and health. So the moon opposes Venus and Mars, but does connect very well with Saturn. Now, Saturn is in your 12th house, and no, actually, Saturn is in your second house. So Saturn is in your second house, but the full moon is in your sixth house. So the next 2 weeks can bring a time to work hard for the money. Maybe you work hard, but it's for sales, maybe to increase bonuses and commissions. Saturn in the second house, yes, can easily bring a time to work hard for the money, but you will see more money. If you're looking to take on extra work or an additional job or an additional source of income, the next 2 weeks could actually be a very, very good time for you to make that happen. So there's a lot of great energy when it comes down to this full moon. And I really feel that could be very positive for money making opportunities. If you're looking for a new source of income or a new job, keep an eye the next 2 weeks from this full moon on January 3rd. Positive health and well-being days are January 6th, 7th, the 9th, and the 14th. So these days work well if you need to take care of your health and well-being, exercise, start an exercise program. If you need to go to the doctor, maybe to get some exams, maybe even to go to the dentist. It's a great time to just take care of yourself, your body, and what you need to do to take care of you. Now, career and finances days are positive on January 14th and 19th. I feel those are great days to bring in more money, to build more financial stability and security. If you're looking for a job, maybe keep an eye on those 2 days. That's looking really, really good for you. But also keep an eye on January, I got the 6th. Keep an eye also on, let me see, the 9th, the 10th, also the 14th. Did I get the 14th? These are very good days for finances that could go a long way. Now, the new moon on January 18th falls in your 12th house of secrets and solitude. So, this new moon actually connects very, very well with Mars, Mercury, Venus, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. The next 2 weeks is a great time to focus on your health and well being, discard anything that's considered unhealthy. If something's not been working out for you, maybe it's time to move on from it. And even if it's something that that it's time to let go. And sometimes it could be letting go of someone, something, or even of other things around you, like an old item that you don't need anymore. So keep an eye on these next 2 weeks. It's more about for you and discarding what you don't need in your life. But there's a lot of great energy from all these planets, Venus, Mars, Saturn, Uranus, that could really be very, very positive for you. All that energy, that planetary energy, is really there to help you out, to build that security for yourself and how to make things work better for you. All right, that's it for now. I know there's going to be a lot going on. Like I said, career dates are a big one. The full moon can really be a very positive time for you for your career. So keep an eye out for that. There's a lot more going on as we get into your birthday month of February. So stay tuned for more videos on my YouTube channel. Check out my Facebook page at The Psychic One. Also, my podcast, The Psychic One Podcast, where I post weekly planetary events there. But a lot more going on. So stay tuned. Much more to come. All right, Pisces, there's going to be your January 2026 horoscope. I'm just going to give a quick little description about Pisces. Then we'll get into what you can expect for January 2026. Now, Pisces individuals are known for their compassionate and artistic nature. They are deeply intuitive, often guided by emotions, and have a unique ability to adapt to their surroundings. This makes them sensitive and empathetic, fostering strong connections with those around them. Yes, you can be very empathetic, gifted in uh, if you want to call it intuition, going with your instincts, but sometimes it can work against you, especially if you easily can pick up other people's feelings and emotions. So your goal is to try to balance out so you're not absorbing everyone else's emotions and feelings. Uh, when it comes down to being artistic and creative, that is great. You'll have that gift. But like I said, sometimes what could work against you can also work for you. And that is that compassionate, empathetic, and intuitive energy. So just be aware. Sometimes it has its positives, other times it can be negative. Now, the full moon on January 3rd falls in your fifth house of love, children, and creative projects. The moon opposes Venus and Mars, but connects very positively with Saturn, that happens to be currently in your own sign and house until February 14th, 13th, because then after that, Saturn moves into Aries. So, having this full moon, the next 2 weeks could bring a time for you to find love or fall in love, tell someone you love them, make time for children, maybe even um, maybe you hear of news of a baby on the way, or maybe someone is pregnant or finally has a baby or a child. You may also find yourself spending more time with children in a sport and a hobby. The fifth house actually is great because it's a very artistic sign, and I mean, artistic house. And this also increases your creative abilities. So if you're looking to enjoy music, movies, it's a good time to do so. And I really feel that this is also a great time for you to just explore new avenues of your own artistic and creative skills. And it's also a really, really good time to also venture into like a new hobby. Um, Even though the fifth house also rules gambling, like casinos, the lottery. Doesn't mean anything good is going to come out of it. Plus, also having Venus and Mars opposing this full moon, I don't know if you want to be getting into doing anything like that, like playing the lottery or the casinos, because it may actually work more against you. So maybe I would say don't try to push for that at the moment. But overall, the energy of this full moon is very, very positive, very, very good, and can easily bring a lot of opportunities there for you. Maybe just a good time to socialize, get out, and just meet new people. Now, positive love and relationship days for you are January 3rd, the 6th, the 7th, January 9th, the 17th, the 21st, and the 22nd. Now, I feel all these days are very, very positive for love and relationships, dating, going out, meeting new people. If you're just looking maybe to just have a fun time, get out and just meet family and friends at a bar, at a restaurant, maybe even going to a concert. There's actually some really good days for you to do that. Yes, it's great for love and relationships, but maybe it's just great, like I said, to go out on a date, maybe even just to enjoy time with someone just to have a nice conversation. If you're out there dating, these are some really good days for dating, or like I said, just to venture out, meet new people. You don't really have to make it all about, planning that commitment right away, but the energy is very positive to where you can meet somebody who believes in commitments and relationships. Keep an eye out for that. Now, the new moon on January 18th falls in your 11th house of friendships, groups, and organizations. The moon connects very well with Mars, Mercury, Venus, Uranus, Saturn, and also Neptune. And all this energy is very positive for the next 2 weeks. If you're looking to be social, to be outgoing, maybe attend an event or a party, there's a good time to do so. If you're looking to be involved in social groups, organizations, like I said, attend an event, maybe you put together an event. The next 2 weeks brings a lot of great energy just to get out, socialize, maybe even build new connections, meet new people. The energy of it is really, really positive, and I really feel this could easily bring about, um, maybe just a time of networking. It's also really good, like take for instance, like if you're in the real estate market and you're just kind of looking to build new connections, this could be a really good time to do all that. So the next 2 weeks is a positive social time, great time to just get out and meet new people, or just, like I said, build connections that could help you with your career and finances later on. So a lot going on there. All right, there's a lot more happening. I do like for you. Did I give you? Let me see. You know what? Keep an eye out the 15th. Um, Keep an eye on January 15th and the 19th. I feel those are positive days for career and finances, but where you could easily build a financial opportunity or a way to make money in a very different way, like social media, the internet, different than the usual what we think a 9 to 5 job could be. So keep an eye anything that happens on those days. Much more to come. Keep an eye on my YouTube page, my Facebook page, The Psychic One, for updates. Check out my podcast, The Psychic One Podcast, where I post weekly planetary events. And just stay tuned. A lot more to come. Stay tuned for next month. February will be quite interesting. All right, that's it for now.